we close our eyes and just allow everything to come up. Like every thought, every idea, every sensation, every memory is absolutely fine and welcome, because it is held in the space of freedom. And being grounded in that freedom, we can look at all these stories, all the memories that tell stories about who we think we are. But right now, it's very obvious that this is all imagination. When we sit and become aware of that which remains when maybe one thought just passed and the next one hasn't yet come, it's just space. It's just pure attention. And in everyday life, we only hop from one thought to the other and completely ignore pure attention. And in meditation, we do the exact opposite. We are grounded in pure attention. And we don't ignore the thoughts, but we also don't make them a reality. We just see them come and see them go and see what they really are. Just strings of words passing through, strings of ideas. Inviting different kinds of realities into our consciousness. And what remains is pure consciousness that is holding all of them and remains completely unaffected. And as we do that in meditation, and our system realizes that it can do that, it can actually also not respond. That's exactly what translates into everyday life, where we have the ability to not respond to everything, not to get wrapped up in some heated emotional experience just because it seems to present itself and I need to react. This is the conclusion, and we don't have to go with that conclusion. We have the ability to just pause and tune into that which actually doesn't change, no matter how the situation will go. That which remains, that in which we will remain ever free. In our own space of awareness. Unbroken awareness. Throughout any dream state, throughout any deep sleep phase, and throughout the waking states. Unbroken awareness. Stability, peace, and just as we can introduce a mantra in the meditation, especially when the mind seems to be very active. Many thoughts are rushing through, or there seems to be some excitement in the system that makes it feel harder to sit and just close the eyes and be with that. In the same way, when thoughts come in the waking state and ideas come, conclusions come, and they rush in and they build the story so quickly. we can bring our attention back to the mantra. Eyes closed or eyes open. And the mantra can be a word or it can be just our breath. Anything that allows us to be centered again in that which does not change, that which remains free. And then the situation can unfold however it wants to. And I can see from a place of clarity and freedom in which way I can act to influence the situation to go and develop into something that I find helpful, that I can more easily work with. And I can find ways to maneuver through any circumstance with a sense of peace and even a sense of perfection. And then the action and knowing what to do comes so much more easily, because I'm not expecting the result of this situation to bring me either happiness or unhappiness. Like, I see that this is what it's going to be on the body level. There's always going to be ups and downs, depending on the interpretation that I choose to engage in and entertain in my thinking. But I don't expect anything, any experience to get me to some place of calm where I am not now. I am now at that place. And then I can calmly address whatever is presented in front of me. And the more we sit and we see that what remains when everything calms down, what remains always is pure awareness. Pure space. Completely unconfined. And that is peace. Without any story that it needs to straighten out or solve. What remains is me in my purest form, in every me, in every being, in its purest form, pure existence, pure awareness. That needs no defending, no proving itself. And the more we tune into this space of our pure being, of our essence, the more we can see through the stories when they build throughout the day and describe ourselves in any kind of way, from a limited perspective. We can see that, okay, this is a story that I am observing in my head, and the stories will not stop. They will keep coming, and the doubts will keep coming. And that's all fine. That's part of the makeup of this experience. But I don't have to take another second believing them. I don't have to entertain doubt about, should I believe them or should I not believe them? The more we see for ourselves that this space is the underlying reality always. The more determined and doubtless we can be in our realization that no story, whether super positive or super negative, or anything in between, can ever describe who I am. My nature is pure forever, pure and free forever. Forever means whether it feels like it or not, it remains the same, pure, free. And from that recognition, there is a peace that unfolds in the system and radiates all around that allows us to act with such a compassion, such a joy, such a freedom in our action. Because there's nothing to gain and nothing to lose. I am already whole. I am perfect. Pure awareness, is forever fulfilled just by itself because there is nothing else other than pure awareness. And this body can be totally included in that perfection, in that love. Not because I formed it and tweaked it and trained it and did all these things so that finally my mind says it's perfect. No, I can see from the place of perfection that whatever is, I have the power to see that it is perfection. And I can receive the gift of recognizing perfection and enjoy the freedom that it brings. The freedom and the love, truly unconditional love. And still we have the power to engage in certain things and not in others. Do one action and not another action. To steer this body in a way that is most helpful and most delighting. And we try our best to make it the nicest experience for us, for our friends, for everybody. And when a situation comes up that we hadn't planned for and we hadn't wished for, then we can also see the perfection in that. We don't have to exclude anything, any circumstance from the perfection. And that is our superpower in this life. We can tune into the space of who we are, pure and free, forever, completely unchanged, and see the perfection in everything. The completeness in everything. And what a blessing that is, that the realization of our freedom, the space of pure perfection, is found in our own heart. And we can tune into that fullness at any point, at any time, at any place, because it is the basis of everything. There's nothing that happens outside of the perfection of space of pure awareness. And the gift of this life is that we've actually come to experience that for ourselves. And no matter how often we seem to be engaged in other things, that realization cannot be forgotten. We can shift our attention and other things can kind of pile up on top of it, but it is ever present and ever ready to receive us, to shower our body-mind system with its perfection and with a vision of that perfection. And the easiest way to get there and to tune back in is just to close the eyes for a couple of minutes and see what remains when we don't just keep engaging, as if with outside things. And the basis of existence is revealed in our own being, pure and free forever. Unchanging. You can start to bring your breath deep into your belly. And just allow your body to fill up with this life energy. Allow it to feel grounded, secure, at peace, at ease. And just enjoy the readiness of our systems to let go and expand into this space of awareness. And whenever you're ready, we can rub the palms of the hands together and just cup our eyes for a moment. And wash our face. And thank the system for just being such a beautiful, intelligent, kind companion in this world.